Hi Pisces. Now it's your turn for your reading. All right. So at the center of this, the focus for you right now is confidence. Spreading your wings, literally. Your focus is confidence, and it feels like building your confidence towards what you actually truly desire. But this begins with stillness. In stillness pours forth all ideas, beginnings, and fortitude. Peace, be still. They keep telling me that you need to find a way to concentrate your efforts through aligning yourself with a meditative mind, calming your mind, almost like soothing your mind. But this must happen with discipline through correcting thoughts that come up, correcting beliefs, changing your beliefs, and really take a moment to be in stillness. For you have imprisoned yourself, believing that your aptitude was less than. You've imprisoned yourself through a belief system, through the belief that you're less than, that you don't have what it takes. They keep repeating, peace, be still. Meditation. You need to quiet your mind. And that is done with daily, because they have me focus on the word daily on my screen here. Daily meditation, breathwork meditation, to still your mind. They're also showing me movements. So some sort of movements are necessary as well. Walks, some sort of workout, physical exercise. Whatever feels best for you, whatever is easiest for you. Contemplation. So meditation, it's very important that you start doing that. Because from this, everything else unlocks, including your creativity. Everything else unlocks. And it allows you to become more confident. So, I'm looking at my notes, by the way. So what you're working towards, what is expanding from the stillness, other than the confidence, is your ability to explore. They want you to explore who you truly are, to discover who you truly are. Because whatever ideas that have been plugged in your mind, or that you've had attach yourself to about yourself, are not the original ideas of who you truly are. It doesn't match your original blueprint. Your original blueprint states that you are whole, perfect, and complete in the image and likeness of the Most High, in accordance to the law of the Most High, that you exhibit creative abilities that secures your future here on earth of being of service to others. However, no matter how it is expressed. I hear management. Management. Why are you speaking of management? Management abilities. I hear professor or profession. Profession. Management profession. it builds your confidence. That builds your confidence. So you probably would find or are in a position of management, or to look for a position of management, or educate yourself in management to sharpen that skill, because you do have that skill. And that's how you become, not that you become creative, but that you are able to explore your creative abilities through this position. This is either for some or all Pisces. I can't, some, not all of you. So there's that. Also, something about professing. Making declarations of who you are. So they're talking to me about affirmations. Using affirmations to solidify or change your idea of who you are to the truest idea of who you are. They're also telling me about an unbearable weight, unbearable discomfort that dwells within, that you've been carrying for quite a while. You need to make peace with the fact that you're in the current position that you are in. There needs to be some sort of acceptance of the situation in order to move forward. Okay, so let's move on to the next here. There's something you need to release. You need to release these ideas. Okay, we have here exuberance. And you see the people partying, having fun and everything, but this is about releasing the ideas that you associate with yourself that are dominating your mind and creating burdens. That's what you need to release. The reason why it says the Roaring 20s in Paris, they're bringing the old from this. This is old. These are old ideas, ideologies. These are old. You need to get rid of that because it doesn't apply to you. These are old ideas. It feels like old ideas, societal ideas, almost. And because you're allowing yourself to, I don't know why they're saying ridicule. You feel ridiculed. In some way you feel ridiculed, but there's no... They're saying ridicule and possession. You possess the ability to remove this stain. It's like a stain you have that you think it's there forever, but you could actually remove it with some vinegar and baking soda. But in your mind, it's like, oh, it's here forever, but it's not. We've evolved from the 20s. You don't have to stay in the past. You need to release the past. That's what this is. You need to release the past. By releasing the past, this is where you find yourself peace. Although it starts with peace and then it provides more peace. I hope this makes sense. And again, it has to do with your confidence. Once you release the past. Okay, let's start over. You find yourself in meditative position. You see all the thoughts. You accept the situation and the thoughts. And then you change the thoughts because you need to move forward, right? You change the thoughts. And then you release the past. And this can be done simultaneously. And it brings you back to peace. And all of this contribute to increasing your confidence, establishing your confidence, and also solidifying the confidence. And this brings us to, I was going to say end of the road. And the end of the road. This brings us to your creative abilities again. It boosts your creativity. Okay, let me summarize all this. You meditate, okay? You do breath work. You release those anxious thoughts by replacing them by other thoughts through affirmations, acceptance and compassion of yourself. You explore who you truly are, and knowing who you truly are, establishing a new identity, which is your original identity, the way you were created by the Most High. Okay? You release the past, and by releasing the past, you make space for that new identity. You make space to grow, to expand. This is expansion, growth. Fortifying and increasing your confidence, and all of that contributes to you increasing your creativity, being more of a creative, accentuating, that's what they're saying, accentuating your creativity, your creative abilities. So your creative abilities are explored through, again, they're saying movement. It could be artistic creativity. It could also be in a position, in this case, managerial position. You can be creative in whatever you do. You have creative ideas, new ways of seeing things, bringing new projects, bringing new ways of doing things, establishing new protocols, managing differently, boosting productivity. And all of this, it all goes together. It's like full circle. Feels like a circle. Full circle. There's a lot of circles actually here. Full circle moment. Okay. What else would you like to add? What are other messages for Pisces? Sorry about that. What other messages do you have? So we have 3, the Empress, Archangel Gabriel. Time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. It's through your creativity. Through your creativity. So you need movement, physical movement, stillness, changing the cassette in your mind for creativity to be boosted, rewarded, and this gives you a boost in resources as well, financial boost. It's tied into the physical movement, to the peace and meditation. I hope that makes sense. I hope what I just said makes sense. Any other messages? Spirit? Yeah, they have another message. Seven of Ariel. It says you have invested wisely, have patience, and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for the next endeavor. So this is upon your meditations, the movement. When you implement all that has been mentioned, which means physical movement, meditation, affirmations, looking within, loving yourself through compassion and acceptance, which boosts your confidence, you are eventually harvesting, right? You're cultivating a new way, and fruits come from that harvest, right? Oh, and 19, the sun, Archangel Uriel. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking. What did I just say? An inspiring success. Implement all these things and you'll see the changes come about. There are tons of affirmations on YouTube. My personal favorites are from Louise Hay. Bunch of videos of affirmations with Louise Hay. Breath work. The one I actually like, the channel I actually like to follow it's Breath Work Beats. Is that it? Breath Work Beats. Let me see. Hold on. Breath Work Beats. Yeah, it's Breathwork Beats channel. I like their breath work. And we said meditation. So meditation, it could be any meditation. And you don't have to start with a 30-minute meditation. You can start with a 5-minute meditation. You can start with a 3-minute meditation. There are apps for meditation. You could do it with music or without music. You could do it in silence. The point is that you focus, you calm yourself down. Because there's a lot going on inside that's not being expressed. And the way it needs to be expressed is through movement and meditation. It needs to move. This energy needs to move. It can't stay. Because right now, what it's looking at it looks like a pressure cooker. And you're about to explode. But you don't want to explode in the inside. Because when that stays in the inside, it creates a lot of things physically in your body and also mentally. So we need to movement, please. Yeah. That's all I have for you today. I was going to say tonight. Well, it's almost 9 here. Is that all we have? Yeah. Huh? Sorry. Conversation was spirit in my mind. Hold on. No, you want to say more. Okay, what do you want to add? They have me focus on the sun. The sun card? New beginning. Okay. Sunshine shining down on me. I'm going to say this in French. Il y a une lueur d'espoir, which means there's a glimmer of hope. There's hope. Hold on to that hope. Hold on to that hope. There is hope. There is hope. They want me to keep saying there is hope, and I'm having difficulty saying it. There's hope. Do you want me to take anything from this? There's a solution, they're saying. There's a solution. There is a solution. You must obey in order to multiply. I know people don't like the word obedience or obey. It sounds harsh. But whatever instructions you receive through intuitive nudges, obey these nudges. When you do not do that, when you do not obey, you do not follow up, well, there are consequences. These intuitive nudges are there to guide you on the proper route for you, for your highest good. Follow them. But you need to follow them. Follow the instructions. And Spirit is speaking through me saying, follow these instructions provided. You have free will. You can choose. You can choose not to. That is your choice. Take responsibility of your choice and the consequences of them. You can't blame anyone for them. You're the one choosing. All right? Okay. Are we done? We are. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much. I would like to thank your guide, my guides, for this wonderful, wonderful message, for allowing me and honoring me to give you these messages. And thank you for inviting me over. It was quite lovely. With that being said, have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are.